The show is called The Mandalorian. I'm just wondering, when are we going to get to that part? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of J Theory. Today, we discuss The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, Chapter 9. This will be a spoiler review, so if you don't want to know what happens, not that a lot happens, catch the episode and then come back. The Mandalorian is on a mission to deliver the child, aka Baby Yoda, to his kind, who Mando for some reason believes is a species able to exhibit force abilities, as opposed to just this one being from their species, but whatever. This episode opens with the scenes from the trailer of Mando and the child entering a seedy part of town in search of someone named Gor Koresh. They enter the fighting arena, and after some back and forth, we learn that somehow this guy has heard about Mando and his relationship to the child, and Mando asks about the whereabouts of other Mandalorians, people who he thinks will be able to help guide him to this creature's people. Koresh then offers information in exchange for Mando's Beskar armor, and threatens to peel it off his corpse if he doesn't turn it over to him. Of course, Mando defeats them easily, then interrogates Koresh, who reveals that he has heard of another Mandalorian specifically operating on Tatooine. We get another shot from the trailer of Mando heading to Tatooine. There he meets up with a mechanic named Pelimoto. He reveals his logic in searching for another Mandalorian. He believes he can chart a path through the network of coverts. Still doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but again, okay. The Mandalorian arrives and asks around. As soon as the barkeep mentions the town's Marshal, the man appears wearing Mandalorian armor. This was a pretty convenient intro. I suppose because it is a small town, the Marshal could have noticed him and followed him there, but it would have been a bit better if they'd adopted a less direct, in-your-face approach. Anywho, the guy casually removes his helmet, which in this take on Mandalorian culture immediately causes Mando to believe that he isn't one of them, and he demands the armor. We know that keeping the helmet on thing isn't a universal rule. We just don't know why Mando doesn't know that. Next, the inevitable Wild West standoff occurs between the two, but it's interrupted by what you at first think is an earthquake. It turns out that there is this so-called crate dragon. I say so-called because this thing, does this look like a crate dragon to you? More like a dune sandworm wannabe, I don't know. Anyway, this thing is enough of an excuse for the Marshal to offer up this armor that he's been using to protect his town from invaders in exchange for Mando's help to kill it. We get some exposition about the camp and how it fell into the hands of these invaders post-destruction of the second Death Star, and how the Marshal became the Marshal. Basically, he stole some crystals that he then exchanged with a Java for armor that he's since been using to protect his town. They get the bright idea to go to the dragon's cave to kill it. Just the two of them, mind you, when they encounter the Tusken Raiders, who, it happens, are also hunting the dragon. Why are they hunting the dragon? They know where the cave is, so how are they hunting it? But okay. The two sides volunteer the townsfolk to help them. The townsfolk aren't present, nor are they a part of this conversation, but somehow they get volunteered into this. And this is despite their having a lingering animosity with the Tusken Raiders. We're halfway through the episode at this point. So the strategy they devise is to wake up and lure the crate dragon out of its cave and over a string of explosives they've buried under the ground, as they believe attacking it from the belly will kill it. It's a technique you may remember from the Knights of the Old Republic Star Wars game, only this time it doesn't work because literally nothing is safe from Disney Lucasfilm's path of destruction. Now, this was set up as their only shot, but as it turns out, there are many more explosives they haven't used, which begs the question, who knows? Maybe if they had put all of the explosives down there, they would have been successful on the first try. Instead, the creature survives the explosives. He outmaneuvers them at every turn until Mando gets the brilliant idea to trick it into swallowing the bantha that is loaded with the remainder of the explosives, which really should have been their plan A. I mean, has no one watched Jaws? That's just the first thing I thought of back when they were in the city and the dragon ate the bantha. Was like, why not just use it as bait? Like strap it with explosives and boom, the end. How is this? They're successful. The thing swallows the bantha, it explodes from the inside, and the Sand People butcher the dragon's remains because that was their reward, that was their part of the deal, and they discover a pearl inside it. Then the episode ends with a heavily scarred man who everyone believes to be Boba Fett, played by Tamora Morrison, watching as Mando leaves the city. And that concludes the episode. That's literally all that happened. So, the high points. Baby Yoda, of course, is always a high point. He's adorable, as usual. Charming, with his cute little voices, just adorable. He's adorable. He is. He's the selling point. The cinematography was good, as is to be expected from Star Wars. It's always beautiful. In terms of score, they kept with the Western theme. I did like that. It did feel like Star Wars, but there are so many low points to this episode. The main one being the story itself. I mean, it felt like filler, which for a first episode in the season doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The conflict seemed very convenient and contrived much of the time. The characters weren't very interesting. I didn't even care to watch it all the way through in one sitting. I literally paused it, played some games, and then came back to finish it later. It couldn't hold my attention to the second act, let alone to the end. And I have to say, I am disappointed. I actually did enjoy the first season, but this one has really gotten off to a bad start. I hate that it's turned into The Adventures in Babysitting, basically. I don't know. I don't get what they're going for or what they're thinking, other than trying to merchandise Baby Yoda, but that's only going to get you so far. Those are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.